Okay, we're here with Karen Jacobs, and we're going to be interviewing Karen for Client of the Year contest. Karen's had a really phenomenal year, and we're real excited to hear about Karen's story and how she did, and of course see how she does this year in the contest. So Karen, how did you find Bodyblast?
I was really at a point where I couldn't take being my weight anymore, and I started researching for personal trainers or gyms in the area, and I was really looking for a real personalized program. So I came across Bodyblast, and I just literally kept going back to the website like every day for 2 or 3 weeks, and finally decided I'd go ahead and set up a consultation. And when I think the first time I came in, I probably sat in the car for about a half an hour before I was brave enough to come in, but finally did. So that was really just through internet searching and kind of weeding out, just looking very closely at what I was really looking for in a program.
And what for you?
I wanted a very personalized program. I had a gym membership before, and I loved going to the gym and doing the cardio, but I was gaining weight every time I went, and because I didn't really have any knowledge of any specific workouts, I kind of equated, okay, great, I did a half an hour on the treadmill, so I can go ahead and eat whatever I want. So I knew that I had to have somebody coaching me or guiding me along the way, and that it needed to be an approach that included nutrition and cardio and strength building. So
Okay.
The biggest thing for me was I had sent my horse to a young couple for training. They're both very fit, very athletic, and I would go up, I'd drive an hour and a half to my lesson, and my goal was to be better at cantering my horse. My horse is a little difficult to canter. So, I'd drive all that way, I paid all this money, and I could go around the ring once, and I was huffing and puffing, and it just didn't make sense. I've invested all this, but I am physically not at the point where I can really reap the benefit of what my horse has done. So, and then even after he came home from training, I went to a horse show, and I was sick, but when I was doing my cross-country course, which is typically done at a canter, at one point I had to stop and walk. I could not breathe. And my friend asked me when I was finished, she's like, how come you were walking? And I'm like, I couldn't breathe. Between being sick and being fat, I just couldn't breathe. And it was sad, because I had worked so hard and my horse was capable of it, and I just did not have the fitness, the endurance, any lung capacity to do it. So that was one of the things. And then another thing that had happened was I had seen a urologist for some issues, and he did an ultrasound, thought I had a bladder infection, and turns out I had a little cyst on my liver. I'm like, okay, and he totally wasn't worried about it, but I had to go and have an MRI. Well, in the MRI machine, I could not hold my breath at all, and it was embarrassing because they kept saying, "Are you okay? Are you stressed?" And I'm like, I'm not stressed. I can't breathe. I can't hold my breath. Can't do it. And I tried everything imaginable. I tried all of the visualizing, like riding my horse, being on the beach, everything I could imagine, and I would get like 30 seconds, I would like I just couldn't hold my breath. So that was like, dude, something's got to change. I can't handle it anymore.
And at the time, how did you feel?
I felt like a giant beached whale. And
wow.
I mean, I just, even like moving on the table for the MRI, am I going to fit in the machine? I just felt ginormous and out of control of my own body.
Yeah.
And like I would look in the mirror and I never, like I saw myself as fat, but I didn't feel fat. Like I still felt like, well, I could still ride and I could still, go for a walk, but I didn't realize how limited I was and what I could do because I was so out of shape and so heavy.
Okay.
Well, from coming in, Brandon was wonderful, very friendly, and totally non-judgmental, because my mindset was like, here comes this fat old lady And I didn't feel like that's how I was looked at all. Everybody was very friendly and like, come on in, we'll help you out, you know, let us know what you need. So once I came in and did that, I felt more comfortable. And then I think I came for the consultation with you. And just in talking about everything, it was like, that's exactly what I need. Like, and you kept saying to me, you can do it. You can do it. And a lot of times I would just, you know, through the course of the last year, I would hear you say, you can do it. You can totally do it. And that was extremely motivational to me, because it wasn't, you know, you didn't say, well, it's going to be hard, it's going to be a challenge, you know, be prepared. It was like, you can do it. So I just came in and did it. But and once I met with you and, you know, really knew what the program was all about, knew what the commitment would be like, I totally wanted to do it. You know, there's no doubt in my mind that this is exactly what I needed. I can run 3 miles. I've actually done 2 5Ks.
Wow.
Never in my life would have dreamt that I could have done such a thing.
It's fantastic.
My mile time went from somewhere around 15, 16 minutes down to anywhere between 12, 17, and 13 and a half, depending on how I'm pushing myself.
That's great.
And I keep saying to myself, because before I was like, I don't have time. I don't have time to eat right. I don't have time to exercise. But if I can run a mile in 12 and a half minutes, everybody's got 12 and a half minutes. So I just put my shoes on and go.
Yeah.
So,
you're done, right?
And I'm enjoying the runner's high. So
yeah, you've lost a total of 30.17% body fat of your total net body fat. So you lost basically a third of your body fat. And how else have you done? I know you've lost a good bit of weight.
Yeah, I've lost about 40.8 pounds.
Wow.
And it feels phenomenal. Sometimes, this is going to sound silly, but like, I sit in the car and I expect to look down and see my belly jiggling all over the place when I go over a bump. And I'll reach out, I'm like, where is it? Like, it's so weird not to be flopping all over the place. I have a new body, and my horse appreciates it. He moves, like, he carries himself so much better, so much freer. And I think sometimes I surprise him, because I'll just be trotting and trotting and trotting or cantering, and he's like, are we done yet? Like, you know, usually only make me go around once, but because I can, I do so much more. So yes, the new body is, I really am enjoying being able to do so much more.
It's fantastic.
I had the first 5K that I did. It was it's called the Fitathlon, and it's a 5K with like boot camp obstacles in between. And I had 2 other girls do it with me. They walked a lot of it, but because I'm a slow runner and I have a short stride, I kind of just ran next to them. But when we got to the 5-foot walls, I was kind of like, well, I'm only 5 feet tall. How am I going to get over this thing? I think there were 4 of them. And I just kind of looked at the wall, put my foot on the little piece of wood they had, and pushed with my arms, and I was up and over. I'm like, oh my gosh, did I really just do that?
Oh, well.
So that was really
cool.
exciting to do.
Oh, that's fantastic. So now you're able to do things that you could never do before.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think I would say, you know, just I'm so glad that you finally got out of the car and that you took that step. Because it really has completely changed your life. Like, I think I'm 46. I just turned 46 2 months ago, a month and a half ago. I feel like I'm 30-something. So it, you know, being brave enough to come in as that fat, middle-aged lady just really was life-changing. So I'm so glad that I took that step and was brave. Had faith in what the studio could offer.
Awesome. And what's next for you? What are you doing next? What's the goal? It's the new mountain.
This is really, again, I never in my wildest dreams would have imagined, but I really want a 13.1 sticker for my car. So, I really, maybe by next spring, would love to be able to run a half marathon. Have no desire whatsoever to do a full marathon, but a half marathon definitely, I think, achievable.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'd also like to lose maybe another 10 or 15 pounds.
Well, you know what I would say to all that.
You can do it.
You can do it. Yeah.
You can do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The quote on the wall when I came in, I saw that quote, and it says it's never too late to be what you've always wanted to be. And I specifically asked Brandon to write that in my folder because I said that's what I want.
Oh, good.
Because, you know, like I had mentioned before, I didn't feel, I knew I was fat, but I could still do things, just not comfortably. So somewhere in my head, I knew I was still capable. So when I saw that quote, I was like, that's exactly what I want. I want to be able to get those things back in life that I've always wanted to do and that I've enjoyed, and just the weight has held me back. So, yeah.
Fantastic.
And I also, I must say, I really, it's been a little difficult. If I do a squat around my daughter, she's like, Mom, please. But I think she now appreciates how hard I've worked and how cool it is to have a mom that can run with you or that can go out and play soccer with you. And
well, Karen, congratulations on a fantastic year. I'm excited to see how you do in the contest, and you know, just you going through that process and getting to where you are now. It's, you know, it's worth its weight in gold by itself alone. But there's nothing better than being one of our top clients of the year. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see how you do with this next goal. And and yes, you can do it. And as a matter of fact, the other thing that I usually don't say, because it scares people sometimes, I expect you to do it too.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a whole different level.
And I remember when I came in, you said we don't expect you to run. So I never had a mindset of I have to run in order to do this, but I enjoy it.
Well, now I expect you to. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It might seem crazy.